Welcome to the SimZone, everyone, and we are back here live for the 90 minutes of Monza. Currently in this qualifying session we've got, I believe, 41 cars lining up on the grid tonight. Not going to be easy for the majority of drivers, but currently we have got Konstantin Solvatov, who's just gone on provisional pole there, 148.327, followed by Shiani there in P2, just 4.5 tenths back, running the McLaren here at Monza. Surprised there's not more AMGs and Mercedes on the grid, because they are very, very quick here at Monza. But we've got a Honda out on track as well. Quite a mixture of cars, a Lexus and a few Audis, a Ferrari, so very good to see, and a few Porsches. So yeah, definitely a nice mix here tonight at Monza. We've got a few cars coming up towards the line here. The 772 car is going to cross the line, and there we go, put it to P10, just a second off. And 10 minutes left in this qualifying session to improve. It looks like Sidor has put it on to provisional pole, and he's going to return the car to the pits then. Soldatov is currently a 10th up, coming down to the final sector here. And who's going to be the next driver to cross the line? Number 13 car, I believe. That is Carl Van Horn. Crosses the line, puts it into P20. And then we've got a number of cars. The grid is absolutely packed. We've got cars crossing the line every second. We've got the number 93 car. Let's see if we can catch them just before they cross the line here. No, I don't think we can. No, I think they've crossed the line there. So let's see who's going to be the next. Number 22. Who is the 22 car here? Out on track. That is Belushi, who's running the 22 McLaren, of course. It's going to cross the line. P4 for Belushi. Set to 148.612 that last time around. Just 5 tenths off now, off of Sidor in P1, who's almost into the 47s here. The track is very, very hot as we speak. 32 degrees track temp at Monza. Similar temperature to what it is in real life, actually. But a few drivers returning the car to the pits. So we do have a mandatory pit stop in this 90-minute race that will follow after this qualifying session. And the strategy is completely up to the drivers. There's no pit window and no pit requirements either. So it's down to the drivers to do 2 jobs at once. Be a strategist and drive out on track, and that's Belushi running wide there. And he's not going to set a lap time, that will be invalidated. Soldatov coming through Ascari now, a bit loose there. We've got a few comments coming in fast. Matt, who's a new driver to the SimZone on the PlayStation Championship, saying, will it be a clean turn 1? Let's hope so. Deedee in the comments showing his support for Jan Bath. And no, Soldatov returning it to the pits now. We've got the number 888 McLaren coming across the line, currently 2 tenths up. There we go, puts it into P8, 8 tenths off. Who else is up on a time? We've got the number 343 Lexus, the bright green Lexus here, who is currently 3 tenths up, sitting on a 149.305. This could put him into the 148s here, and maybe even bump him up into P10. So 6 positions. Let's see if he can do it. He's only got the final corner, Parabolica, to go. Very funky looking livery on that Lexus. Let's see, takes a tight line wide now. Is he going to cut back to the pit wall? No, he's going to keep it going, and I think he's actually lost some time. He's only a 10th up now, but he crosses the line, puts into P12, still a good improvement. And Sidor still on provisional pole here, 3 tenths down this lap, so no improvement for Sidor this time around. Who's going to be the next to cross the line? The 199 car Isidore, but he's not up on his time. Next car after that is number 35. Who's the number 35 car? Let's take a look. If I can even find them, I'm not very good at this. Let's see, where is the number 35 car? Ah, there we go. Shikov, who's put it into P19 the last lap. Ah, no, it wasn't an improvement. A 10th down that last lap. And time is running out for these drivers to improve. Just 5 minutes left in this qualifying session. Sidor is 2/10 up. Can he get a clean lap in this time around? Doesn't seem to have any traffic in front of him. But it's just about hooking this lap together. And Monza, not the most difficult of tracks, but it is hard to extract every ounce from the car, every 10th. And that's the hard part of racing at Monza. Here we go, Hugo Ham rounding off the final corner in the Honda, currently sitting in P38, is 9/10 down, but is it going to be a valid lap? Yes it is, put it into P27. Good lap there from, I believe, the only Honda driver out on track on the grid with us tonight. And George Hall, I believe, hasn't currently set a lap time. Neither has the number 6 Lamborghini or Harry Clayton. Looks like they're going to stay in the pits maybe and start from the back. It might be a good strategy to avoid any trouble coming into turn 1, but if it's clean, they may suffer. A little bit of a collision there with Soldatov and someone else in qualifying. That's definitely not good to see. And Soldatov, as a result of that collision, is currently 2 seconds down this lap. But he will have one more chance after this lap now to improve. Currently sitting exactly 4/10 off of Sidor in P1. So no one able to snatch pole position just yet. Yaroslav here coming through Ascari now, and the 999 BMW is 4/10 up. This could possibly put him on the front row. I reckon he needs to find another 10th to comfortably secure it, but he's lost some time there coming down the straight down towards Parabolica. Can he find the time? Find the time here. Now still 4/10 up. Is it going to be enough to put him on the front row? And he's going to cross the line. No, it's not. Just missing out by 200ths there. And he's got still 2 laps to improve, this one and the next. Soldatov in the 911 BMW is a 10th up, but it's not going to be enough to grab a position as it stands. Let's see, you can see taking all of the entry curb there through Ascari, and he's actually 3/10 up now. This could definitely see him on the front row. All he has to do here is get Parabolica right. And it looked to be a bit of a slow entry there for Soldatov, but he's kept his delta the same. No, he's lost a 10, sorry. Now he's going to take the shortest distance to the start-finish line, and he does manage to put it on the front row there into P2. Just a 10th behind Sidor, and 600ths there between Soldatov and the 888 McLaren. And here we go, watching the number 34 BMW. Furkan who is currently 2/10 up. I'm surprised he hasn't invalidated his lap there, just by running slightly wide. Through the Lesmos. But the 999 car is about to come across the line, and there we go, back into P2 for the 999 BMW, just 900ths off of P1 there, and he returns to the pit. Soltov not up on his lap time just yet. Where is Furkan coming through Parabolica now? Currently a 10th up. Where is this going to put him? I don't think it's going to be enough to gain P9 here. No, that's his qualifying session over. Bellucci is currently a 10th up as well. This could see him jumping up a number of positions, possibly into P6 here. You can see P6 to P10 all separated with just within a 10th. Bellucci is 2/10 up, coming down towards Parabolica. And there we go, Bellucci puts it into P5, and that's his qualifying session over then. And oh, looks like Nicolai here coming across the line is currently up on his time here. What's it going to be? Where's it going to put him? P12 there for number 30 McLaren driver. Alexei coming up towards Parabolica is 3/10 up. And Daniel Holmes is going to cross the line then. And P35 for Holmes. Alexei is going to cross the line. And what's it going to be? There we go, P32. And there we go, that's your qualifying session over. I'll be back very, very shortly for the race. Here we go, on to the formation lap then, here at Monza. Looks like some people didn't ready up, press driving time. So they'll be starting from the pit lane then. Maybe they've done it on purpose, we don't know here. Just to start at the back and avoid any contact that may occur. But 21 people watching the stream right now. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new. And I want to take this time to thank all our patrons here at the SimZone. If you're interested in supporting us, if you appreciate what we do here, then there should be a link to our Patreon in the description. And by supporting us, we'll be able to continue these streams and provide more events here at the SimZone, including more to console as well. So PS5 championships and some more servers, whatnot. But here we go. Drivers should be lining up side by side very shortly. Here we go then, we are lining up side by side, the grid quite bunched up now. Now, will the drivers be able to keep it clean for turn one? It's not going to be easy with this many cars out on track. Rounding the final corner now. Is Sidor going to hold on to P1? Or would the 888 McLaren get the jump coming down to turn one? We won't be green just yet. And there we go, now we're green and Sidor off to a very good start. The McLaren moving over to cover off the inside. But look at that, so many McLarens in the top 5 here. And looks like one of the BMWs trying to go down the inside there. I think that might have been the 992. Yes, it was. And there we go. Oh, looks like the field at the back bunching up. Bit of contact into turn one. All the Audis just touched the grass there and lost the back end. He's going to drop down the order. But apart from that, looks like everyone else has gotten through very cleanly, which is good to see here. Quite a clean turn one for Monza, and we'll go back to the race leaders then. Sidor currently leading the race still, but he's got the 888 McLaren right up the backside of him now coming through the Lesmos, and I'm sure it's not going to be an easy race here for Sidor. And you can see in the background that's one of the BMWs having a look down the inside through the second Lesmos. And has he got the job done? I don't think he has, so he's had to tuck back in the two McLarens, the 777 I believe, and Bellucci going side by side here down towards Ascari. And it looks like that's Alessio Gianni up into P3, so a very good move there by the 777 McLaren. And now that is Safronov defending the inside down towards Parabolica. A very late look down the inside. Oh no, a bit of a dummy there from Kirill. And oh, the BMW of Safronov getting the back end out there through Parabolica. And he's lost 1, 2, 3 positions. He may even lose another here with a Honda of, I believe, that is Ham. Up into P9 already. What a start there for Ham. Has gained 4 positions off the start and is looking for a move into turn one. No, he's just going to stay behind this pack just up ahead. Doesn't really want to get himself into any trouble as of yet. Safronov has lost another... No, he's held on there. Almost losing another position to Nikitenko in the number 13 McLaren. Has dropped off the back slightly to the Ferrari of Yusupov just up ahead. But Kirill up into P5, started in P7, so he's gained 2 positions off the start. We'll go back to the race leaders here. Sidor has opened up a 3-second gap to Megossi in P2, and he's fallen into the clutches of Shiani and Bellucci in P3 and P4. The 3 McLaren drivers, they're up the front in the exact same liveries as well. Must be teammates of some sort. But here in the 90 minutes of Monza, they're going to be battling out for position. Looks like Hoshi in the comments saying, showing his support for Carl and Jan. Gavin in the comments saying we'll be racing with us tomorrow. That would be for the GT3 Championship, I believe. Here we go. Pagocci still defending that second place there, but he's going very defensive, coming down towards turn 1. The 777 McLaren's going to have the slipstream, and he's going to have to look to the outside there, coming down into turn 1. They're going to be side by side. Who's going to be later in the brakes? And there we go. Gianni up into P2 even before the braking zone. Maybe a bit of team orders between these two, because it looked like it wasn't much of a fight coming down to turn 1. They possibly don't want to waste too much time battling, so they can reel in Sidor in P1. They've got 3.2 seconds to the race leader here, so a lot of time to be gained. And look in the background, that's Yusupov really defending his position here, and Safronov has made up a few positions. What's happened to Kirill? Oh no, he's still there, just behind Bellucci. But Yusupov holds on to P6, did start in P9, so he's only gone up from the start. But looks like Hugo Ham, what's happened to him? He's had an off there, and he's going to have to wait for all the cars before rejoining. And there we go, rejoins just into a bit of a dangerous rejoin there. But struggled, seemed like he struggled to get the car going once again. He's now down into P13. So not P13, sorry. He's now down into P24. So he started P13, and he's lost a number of positions here. But let's go back to this battle for P4. The BMW with another dummy down the inside. May have worked there, but he had to back out of that move, and it very wide there through Parabolica. The back end of that BMW stepping out ever so slightly. We'll go back to the battle for P2. These two seem to be working together now to try and catch up to Sidor, but Sidor, that last lap a 149.5, and for the McLarens behind a 150.2, so 7/10 quicker that last lap from Sidor, and he's just going to be pulling away here at the beginning of this race. Looking further down the field, we've still got this 3-car battle for P6. Yusupov having to defend, but is he going to be able to do it this time? The BMW looking to the inside now. Is he going to be later in the brakes? Yusupov's going to have to leave the room, and I think he's got the job done here. And all the McLaren of Nikitenko went for a bit of an opportunistic move there, and he has gained a position out of that. I don't think Yusupov's going to be happy, but very light contact between the two, and the McLaren has come out ahead. But these three battling has brought in Antropov there in the number 88 McLaren, and look at that, another 4 cars behind these 4 up ahead to the 722 BMW. We've got Crozat in the number 4 Aston. We've got Nick in the number 99 Lamborghini, and Shikov in the 35 Audi. So what's this, an 8-car battle, I think, for what would be P5, I think? Yeah, P5. Sorry, no, P6. So a lot of cars here battling out for position already, but they're not going to go for many risky moves at the start. We're only 8 minutes into this race, so plenty of time, plenty of opportunities to be made, and 887, the 888, the 777 and the 22 car, all teammates, yeah. So me when they're just clarifying that they are indeed teammates. And let's go on board here with the number 35 Audi. You can see this pack just up ahead. Oh, we've got a flying bollard there. The Audi manages to miss that, but Shikov has lost some time to this pack up in front, so I'm sure he'll be able to close them down once they continue to battle. But look at that, are we 3 wide? I think the Aston on the inside is going to have to give up a few positions, and there has been contact there. I think that was inevitable with the Aston not backing out of that one, and unfortunately that is one of the BMWs that has been spun round. That's Safronov all the way down, and look at that damage he's got. He may have even hit the barrier as a result, but he's rejoined the track there, and he's down in P22 now, so losing a lot of positions, but he's still got plenty of time in this race to try and make them back up. I'm sure that damage isn't going to help though, so the question is, does he pit now, or does he drive through the damage and then try and pit when we're about halfway into the race? And we've already got a few drivers actually saving their mandatory stops already, so I believe P27 downwards have already served their mandatory stop here. And Safronov now facing pressure from Kaiser just behind, coming down towards Parabolica now. Kaiser loses some time on the straight. The Aston, one of the more safer cars to drive, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's the quickest at Monza, in terms of BOP at least. But he's staying just about within the slipstream here, coming down towards turn 1. We've got Mr. Equivalent in the comments showing support for Ham, the Laser Camel. Also in the comments, so good to see. I think we'll go back trackside. Oh, there's a Porsche off. Who is that? One of the, looks like the Honda of Ham, I think, had to just go off track there. I'm not sure exactly what happened. And we can see here, that seems to be the Lexus that had an off as well. Where is the Lexus currently? P15. No, that's not the Lexus. There's quite a few out on track at the moment. Not exactly sure what happened there. But Case are currently running in P23 still. I think that was the number 64 Porsche that was off. No, it wasn't. Who is that that was off? Jan seems to be running in P20. He's okay. Was it actually Alexi? Yes, it was. So he's already served his pit stop. Doesn't really want to be picking up any damage, and may have just lost it on the exit of, I think it was the second Lesbos that he lost it on. But hasn't seemed to have picked too much damage. But definitely one of the cleanest starts I think I've ever seen here at Monza. Sidor still leading the race here, 7 seconds now to Pekoshi in P2 and Gianni down into up into P3. So back up into P3 for Gianni and Belushi down. No, sorry, that's just updated. So Belushi up into P3 and Gianni still in P4 then. And looks like the fastest lap of the race now. Going to Alessandro here in the number 6 Lamborghini at 1:48.782. So 2/10 quicker than our race leader, Sidor. And looks like Yusupov now defending his position. Is he going to go into the pits? Seems to take a different line there through Parabolica, but I think he's trying to defend here. And oops, we'll go on the rear view cam of Yusupov. Is the McLaren going to have a look? I think he's a bit too far back at the moment, but almost approaching the braking zone. There we go. The McLaren has a look down the inside, but no. Yusupov's going to close the door, not leave any room for Antropov to send it down the inside there. And Yusupov's going to hold on to P6. You can see that Antropov has got about 3 cars behind him. The BMW of Kirill, I believe, was trying to defend that position from the 722 BMW. And let's quickly have a look at these two. Yeah, definitely he was trying to defend that position. He's not close enough to the McLaren to make a move, but look at that. These two BMWs bumper to bumper, almost pushing each other around the corner. And I think we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go on board here. I'll get those camera angles right eventually. We're coming through Ascari now. Oh, it seems like the 722 BMW overslowed the car a bit too much there. And you can see how much time he's lost to Kirill just in front. Mr. Equivalent saying, can you show the last driver? So the last driver currently is Daniel Holmes. Yeah, it is Holmes currently out on track. So down to 38. We lost 2 drivers from the start. Still running strong here at Monza. I'm looking further down the field. Let's go back to the battle with the BMWs actually. Looks like... oh no! So that's Kiro into the pits for his mandatory stop. Now that's left these two to battle it out, but they do have 3 cars closing in on them. But Kirill trying to get a move done on Yusupov. Yusupov defending for the majority of the race. So far at least. But that last lap from Yusupov 1:49.8, and from Antropov it was 1:49.9, so not exactly catching up to Yusupov. But it could have been an off lap, and you can see in the background that is the Aston down the inside. Oh, had to just back out of that move. And no position gain there from Krozat, so he's still in P9 here. And then we've got the Lamborghini of Nick Trapp here, defending his position from Chikov. Look how close the Audi is behind him, coming through Parabolica now. Oh, very big slide there, but he managed to save it. Did the Audi driver, and he's not going to go into the pits just yet. He's still going to keep it out on track. There should be some more drivers possibly pitting once we get down just below the hour mark. listen to the roar of the Lamborghini. It seems like the Audi has closed in ever so slightly, a bit wide there on entry through the first Lesmos, and he's lost that time that he's gained. And oh, very wide there through the second. Could possibly a track limit warning there for Shikov. He needs to be careful. Doesn't really want to be picking up many of those in this race. These 3 track limit warnings can lead, four can lead to a drive-through. 3 is the maximum you're allowed. And look at the battle up ahead. We've got that's 4 cars, possibly even 6 once these 2 catch up. Battling it out here for P8 even. No, not even P8. We've P7, P6. So more cars in this battle. But let's have a look further down the field. Let's see who else is being involved in the battle. We've got a battle for P17. Looks like Jordan with some damage on the AMG, with Jan Barth very close behind. Will the Porsche be able to keep up here? He's got the slipstream of the AMG. He's going to need to stay within that down towards turn 1. Just see how much time the Porsche is losing on the fast sections of this track. Oh, the Mercedes, they're just kicking up a bit of gravel up ahead. Lazy Cam in the comments showing his support for Jan, and the Porsche's really going to reel Mercedes in through the Lesmos here. But down to Ascari, we've got this long straight. This is where the Mercedes will start to pull away. Although the Porsche is actually keeping up, so not really any gains there from Jordan. Maybe running a bit too much wing on that Mercedes, or it's just due to the damage that he's carrying. You see there Jordan trying to break the slipstream as we come down towards Parabolica. The Porsche is sticking with the AMG, not something you see every day here. But that Mercedes does seem to be very uneasy through the corners. And it looks like we've got a yellow flag out of track. Very briefly, was it Nerman? Yes, Nerman losing the car there. Looks like there was contact between the Porsche and the BMW. Doesn't seem like they have any damage on their cars though, so maybe the BMW losing the car and the Porsche having to avoid him. But the position has been returned. Yeah, no damage on either of their cars from what I can see. I think we'd have to get a bit of a close-up to see if there is any damage to the splitter or diffuser there. But back to the battle for P18. Look how close the Porsche is now. They have to be careful. They've got, I believe that might be cars that are coming to lap them. Don't see any blue flags being waved. Oh no, there we go. Yep, blue flags. So they will have to move out of the way at some point. Unless that's not for them, unless it's for the Honda. But here we go, Jan having a look up the inside down towards Ascari. He's not going to back out of it just yet. It's going to be later on the brakes. No. And there we go. Jordan holding on to that position. Jan very well for backing out of that. Would have been quite a nasty collision if he hadn't have done. Yes, it does seem like. I think that might be the number 993 Honda behind them. Let's double check here. Yes, it is. So no blue flags for Jan and Jordan. Both these drivers, the Honda and the two drivers up in front, are on different strategies. So no one's a lap down. You can see in the background, that's the Aston. Is that Clayton? Let's see, Clayton currently in P25. Oh no, he's got some severe damage on the front of that Aston. But he's keeping it out of track. Doesn't want to go for another unnecessary pit stop unless he's picked up this damage this lap. I'm not too sure here. But he's definitely had an off somewhere. A bit of a collision with the barriers. But back to the race leader, Sidor, leading this race here. And I think he's got a substantial gap to P2. We'll see what the gap is once they cross the line. 13.5 seconds there to P2. And we're not even half an hour into this race yet. So we could possibly see that gap doubling or tripling as we get towards the end of this race. But it looks like P8, and all that is Antropov down the inside of Kozat. Kozat's had to leave him some room. Antropov trying to go around the outside, but he's just left a door open there to the 772 BMW, who tried to go for the move, had to back out of it, did get the drive traction on the exit of the first chicane, but he's now going to have a look up the inside, coming down to the second. I don't think he's going to be able to get this move done. No, he's not. Had a thought there, but it was definitely too far back. And the number 6 Lamborghini still with the fastest lap on the race, 1:48.260. But look how close we are here on board with Antropov. You can see the Aston just up ahead. They are losing some time to Kozat. Antropov having to hold his position off here, having to fend off the 722 BMW. He's having another look down the inside there, just trying to get into the head of Antropov here, applying a lot of pressure early on into this race. The BMW staying with him. The slipstream slightly reeling him in. The BMW not the quickest car on the straights at all. But a bit wide there for Antropov. And a bit of a snap there as well. Is he going to be able to hold on to the position coming down towards turn 1? He's taken a defensive line now. He's going to hold that inside line. And it's the BMW. He's going to have to look towards the outside, I think. But there's not much room at all. Antropov keeping the car in the middle of the track, back over to the racing line, and very well defended there from Antropov. That BMW very late on the brakes, almost making contact with Antropov there. That was extremely close. Kenny in the comments saying Jan has the best livery. It's a very nice livery from Jan. I believe running the team Sim League Pro livery on that Porsche. And oh, a bit too much curb there for Antropov. Is he going to lose his position? Managed to save that somehow. And the 722 BMW not able to capitalise on that mistake. So it really wasn't close enough. But Antropov wide through the parabolic, and now the BMW is going to have a look down the inside. The McLaren may be thinking of pitting that lap now. Can't. He's going to have to go here for another lap. But I don't think these drivers will be thinking of pitting just yet. And look at that. Not much room left for the BMW. And Antropov just about holds on there. The pressure is definitely getting to him. Look at that. The exit that the BMW got. Much, much better. But it's just not been easy for him to get past this McLaren. Looking down towards P12 then. They are actually catching up. That is Nick Trapp in P12 with Alessandro, who has the fastest lap of the race, closing in on this pack now. Let's go on board here with Alessandro. See a much better exit out of the second Lesmos than Shukov in the Audi, and they're going to be side by side coming down towards the Ascari chicane. Who's going to be later in the brakes? I think Shukov may be able to keep this position. But no, he's backed out of it. So Alessandro up into P10, and you can see there the Audi backing out of that move. Doesn't want to battle too much, is what I assume his strategy would be. And I think it's wise to do so. There's still an hour left in this race. And they haven't even served their mandatory pit stop yet, so better to follow the fastest driver through, try and gain some positions by doing so. Let's see the closing speed here now between Alessandro and Antropov. Is just slipstream really making wonders here, and he's going to have a look down the inside coming into turn one. Alessandro's going to have the inside, but no, the McLaren with the better line there just squeezed Alessandro into the inside, left him enough room though, but didn't let him get that corner speed that he needed and that line that he needed to get that move done, but could. Oh, a bit of contact between the two, but I think the Lamborghini's going to have the move done now. No, still side by side, and there we go, the Lamborghini of Alessandro up into P9. Well thought move there, and the McLaren's now on the defence once again. Antropov defending his position against Shukov, and Nick Trapp there now having a look up the inside. Got all sorts of drama here at Monza. The drivers keeping it very, very clean. Looking down towards P17, we've got another battle going on. Looks like Jordan. I believe that's. Is that blue flags for Jordan? It may be. It may even be blue flags for Jan as well. So Jan losing a few places there. After I believe what would have been blue flags, but Jordan hasn't moved away just yet. No, doesn't seem to be blue flags for Jordan. So might have been for someone else. And Corman in the 966 Mercedes now into the pits. So Jordan here, I think, isn't going to defend the position. Doesn't want to be battling with someone who's on a different strategy to him. Just going to cost him precious time here. go. Still 38 cars out on track, which is good to see. But not really any battles in this group at the moment. Batting for position. Next car back is Jan in P17, 2.7 seconds back. So go to this pack once again. And look at that, that's Yusupov behind, defending that pack. I think Yusupov may have dropped back down the order slightly. He was running higher up than P9, I think. So I may have made a mistake somewhere. Yeah, I think he's definitely made a mistake somewhere. Has Yusupov started in... No, started in P9, so he's held on to his starting position so far. The Audi having a look up the inside, the McLaren now having a look up the inside on the Ferrari, very late in the brakes for the McLaren, and he's had to take the escape road, but he's gained a position as a result, and he's going to, I believe, return that. Very sportsmanlike there from Antropov, but he's going to have to be careful. He doesn't want to give up the position there to the Audi driver, and I think Antropov just moving over there, and both of them off the track. I don't think that was the Audi driver's fault there, but hard to tell, and both of them have come out badly after that incident. Just as I was praising Antropov, he seemed to have moved over ever so slightly. It was a minor, most lightest of touches between the two. But I think that's the first proper incident we've seen so far this race. And now let's go down to Jan and Jordan, who are within a second once again. See the Porsche once again sticking with Jordan, with a few cars up into the pits now. Antropov and Chikov, the two cars that came into contact with each other, now both pitting at the same time here. And it looks like Alessandro in P7 is right in the back of Crozat, coming down towards the Lesmos. Still holding the fastest lap of the race then, 1:48.2, but hasn't been able to get close to that time. Tyres are definitely going to be worn down. And he's batting for position, so it's not going to help his lap times here. And he's going to have a look up the inside, coming down towards Ascari. He's slightly back, far back, so yeah, he's going to have to back out, slot back in. And the highest running Lamborghini at the moment is Alessandro, battling with the highest running Aston Martin as well. Crozat P6. But we saw that Lamborghini, how quick it is on the straights, especially when it was behind, I believe it was Antropov in the McLaren. How quickly he reeled him in. And here we go, onto the start finish straight now. Let's go on board once again with the Lamborghini here. Look at that closing speed. It's going to have a look down the inside, and I think he's going to get the move done even before he reaches the corner. There we go, slots back over to the racing line, but look how close these two are behind him. And the Aston not able to go for a reply. D722 BMW now having a look on Crozat here. As we come down towards the second chicane. Yasin trying to defend the inside, but he's going to have to leave BMW room. And no, back over to the racing line. So Crozat just taking the shortest line there to defend the corner. And he's done so brilliantly. Golby having to defend his position here from the Lexus behind him. Lexus 39. Golby holds on. But how long can he defend for? There's still plenty of time left in this race. Looks like Jan has made a mistake somewhere in P16. He's got a car between himself and Jordan now. Safronov in P15 there, just between these two. You see there, Jan has dropped back slightly to Jordan as well. So maybe a mistake from Jan. Carvan Horn is closing this group down just 3 seconds behind. If they continue battling, he's going to be within attacking range in a matter of laps. DeedeeTKU now losing a position to Alessandro. Alessandro climbing up the order here. He's come out of nowhere. He started P39 and so far has gained 34 positions off the start, which is unbelievable, but still has his pit stop to go, and he's up into P5 now. Golby in the McLaren into the pits, so Tom Curtin's going to gain that position. And Alessandro now is going to focus on the road ahead of him. He's got 3 seconds there to Shiani. Haven't liked the stream already, make sure to do so. DeedeeTKU into the pits for his mandatory stop. Alessandro now closing the gap to Shiani. Gap's 2.5 seconds now. It looks to be less than that actually. Is that Shiani up ahead? No, they've got a car in between them. So that seems to be like Antropov in the number 88 McLaren in between these two. Yes, it is. And Antropov obviously on a different strategy, so doesn't have to move over here. But if I was... oh, actually blue flag's being waved, so maybe we'll have to. But Antropov... obviously not having the pace that Alessandro does. Yeah, I think it is blue flags here for Antropov down in P22. And oh, he's lost the car there. Too much curb once again. We saw him do that earlier on. And he managed to save the car last time, but he's not going to be able to this time. And the BMW in the background just avoiding him. And it looks like we've got a stop go 30 there for Golby. That will be speeding the pit lane. It's going to drop him down a number of positions. I think he's going to serve it. I think he is serving it now. So looking at the field, it seems to be a bit more spread out now. It usually is once we get halfway into the race. People are serving their mandatory pit stops. But once everyone has served their pit stop, we usually have a lot of battles towards the end. And currently the two closest are Jan and Safronov. They're P12 and P13. Once again, running the Sim League Pro livery, and if you're not sure what Sim League Pro is, make sure to check it out, simleaguepro.com. Also check out SimGrid. If you are looking to enter any of our events or championships. And actually these two not the closest anymore. Jan loses in time to the BMW just up ahead. We've got another battle heating up here. Yusupov once again on the defense here. Holding his position against Nick Trapp just behind the Lamborghini. Does it have the straight line speed to close in the gap? We've seen Alessandro's Lamborghini with immense straight line speed. It doesn't look like Nick has the same or similar setup here. Must be running some high wing on that Lamborghini of his. But Alessandro now into the pits for his mandatory stop. And we are exactly halfway into the race, so very good time to pit. And we'll compare lap times between these two. Very similar lap times. That last lap, 151 flat for Yusupov and a 150. Oh no, sorry, it's not similar at all. Yusupov is second slower, 9/10 slower that last lap. So the Lamborghini reeling him in now. But has Yusupov picked up the pace? He seems to have responded to the pressure well, and he is now closing in the, opening up the gap once again, or at least managing it. It's 3/10 at the moment. Let's see what it is once they cross the line. Oh no, the Lamborghini into the pits now, and quite a few cars into the pits. But back to the race leader here, Sidor. Complete dominance so far in this race. Hasn't put a foot wrong. 21-second lead to P2 already, and we are halfway into this race. So yeah, that could possibly be a 40-50 second lead by the time that timer hits 0. Trap now into the pit. Oh, a bit of a mistake there for Sidor. As soon as I say, he hasn't put a foot wrong. A bit wide there on the exit of Ascari. Here we go, the battle for P11. These two are leading the battle of the pit stoppers, those who have pit stopped. Pit stopped. And Alessandro in P11. At the moment, has been bumped up to P8 after those in front of him have pitted, and that will update once they cross the next sector line. But Remy Crozat, sorry, still very close behind him. It will be on fresher tyres now. They won't have... Their tyres will not last them 90 minutes. And they won't gain any benefits by not changing tyres either. But Alessandro... back, no, doesn't have the fastest lap, so that is wrong there. The fastest lap is still at 1:48.2. Oh no, sorry, yes, still 1:48.2, so it's showing up as a 1:48.6. But yeah, nevertheless, Alessandro still has the fastest lap here. He's gapped Corsa now 2.5 seconds. Let's see if there are any other battles going on. P2 still 20 seconds back to Sidor and doesn't really have anyone behind him. Oh, that's one of the Astons all out of shape there. That's not Corsa. Who is that? Who was that? Was that Yuri? Yes, it was. And look at that damage he's got now. Don't think there was any contact. I think he might have just lost the car on the exit of Ascari. We've seen that happen before. Blue flags there being waved, and he's going to allow Jan Barth there in the Porsche to go through, but I think that's going to be another pit stop here for Yuri. And actually, no, not another. He hasn't served a mandatory pit stop yet, so there we go, into the pits. Good time to serve his mandatory. Shishiani in P4, currently 6 seconds back to Belushi in P3. The three teammates, P2, P3 and P4. Much closer than this at the start, but they have gapped out slightly. Could the pit stops change anything? Carl Van Horn then running in P16, just 8 tenths off of Safronov up ahead in P15. And I don't think that BMW behind him, that would be Solotov, that he doesn't have to worry about. Solotov currently running in, where is Solotov actually on the grid? I believe he didn't ready up in time. So Solotov in P23, so he's a lap down at the moment. But, yes, he is quite a few laps down actually. So he won't be battling for position. And Carl Van Horn doesn't really want to be battling with him either. So if he is catching up, I reckon Carl's best opportunity here is to let him through. Try and stick with him. Could help him get closer to Safronov just up ahead. Is the BMW of Solotov going to have a look up the inside? No, he's just going to wait patiently there. Very sensible driving from Solotov. But we can see here, Carl's going to lose a lot of time if he doesn't let Solotov through. I think he's going to now. No, he's not. There's not enough space there. See the gap is extending between Safronov and Carl Van Horn. I think Solotov's going to have the inside here. And there we go. Both drivers leaving just enough room for each other. But car went on, there we go. He's going to have to give up that position. Probably the best thing to do. He can now follow Safronov through. Try to close that gap. Sorry, follow Soldatov through to try and close that gap to Safronov. Looks like Nick Trapp has closed the gap to Yusupov as well. Yusupov now once again finding himself defending. I don't think he's ever been on the attack this race. And I believe the only Ferrari out on track as well. Lazy Cam saying lost the first for number 6, possibly. I think he is one of the ones that didn't ready up, but yeah, it could be a lost first challenge for him. I don't think he's going to be able to get first though, because Sidor has really pulled away from the rest of the field. Microbatic saying, can you still sign up for this season, or is it closed? Currently this Monza event, this Monza race is a one-off event. So sign-ups for this event are closed, but our season is on Saturday, and sign-ups for that are still open. So head to our website if you wish to sign up for that. There are, I believe, 2 spaces left. So 48 cars signed up. Lazy Cam saying Carl had some damage before the pit stops, so he has repaired that in the pits then. Shiani P2 into the pit, so that just leaves the race leader, Sidor, to serve his mandatory stop, but I'm sure he's going to be very low on fuel in about 5 or 10 minutes, so we may see him pitting shortly. He's going to want to maximise being light on fuel. We can see here still on board with Nick, who's lost some time to Yusupov just up ahead, and we've got yellow flags. Oh, looks like someone's gone off there. The Audi driver, that would be Shikov, who's lost the car there. Heavy damage on the front of that Audi. Not sure if he can even get that going again. I know he has been able to, but oh, the grass there, just catching him off guard. And look at that damage he's got. Looks to be some suspension damage there. He's going to have to return the car to the pits, I think, and get that repaired. It must have lost it through a Ascari somewhere. It's so easy to lose it there, especially once your fuel gets depleted and the aero balance in the car changes. Is he going to keep it out? No, there we go. I thought so. He's going to return to the pits. Severe damage for Shikov. He's going to drop a number of positions here. Actually, I think Soldatov is going to get past him. He's only a minute behind. But where's the race leader, Sidor, who's had to navigate past some traffic? Seems to have got through cleanly there. But Bellucci in P6 behind Krozat now. So Krozat gaining a position in the pit stops. Alessandro into P3, just 2 seconds off of P2 there. Maybe, if he's lucky, he will be able to get P1. But it just depends how far back he is when Sidor pits. And with 30 minutes left of the race, 31 minutes left of the race, there's always a chance for Alessandro to get back up there. To that final sector then, looks like Corsa has opened up the gap to Bellucci in P6 with Nikitenko, and oh, what's happened there? He's gone into the pits. Oh, some severe damage on that McLaren as well. So not sure what's happened there for the McLaren. Looks like the Mercedes of, I believe that was Jordan just exiting the pits there. Sidor still out of track. Will he pit this lap, or has he got enough fuel to keep it out for longer? Looks like Carl Van Horn now holding off P15 from Kirill in the number 992 BMW there. Down towards turn 1, Carl Van Horn defending the inside, and the BMW very late in the brakes. So a bit of a movement there from Carl Van Horn under the brakes. But I think he realised then, oh, the BMW off track. That's not going to pay off well. He can't really get a move done there, and Carl is going to hold on for yet another corner. Although Kirill that last lap almost a second quicker than Carl Van Horn here, so he definitely has the pace to get the move done, but it's a matter of where. A bit of a wiggle on the exit for the Aston Martin of Carl Van Horn. I think they're going to be side by side now, coming down towards Ascari. Yes, they are. Carl Van Horn has the inside, and I think he's going to hold on once again. Yes, he does. Very good defending there for Carl Van Horn. Coming down this back straight towards Parabolica. Looks like the BMW had the better exit, and Carl Van Horn's going to hold that inside line. Looks like we've got a BMW off there. That is... oh, that's a Porsche off as well. And is that through... no, that's not through Ascari. So the BMW... not sure who was off there. But back to the battle for P14 now. Looks like the BMW is slightly ahead. If he can brake later, he's going to have this move done, I think, into turn 1. And no, Carl Van Horn late on the brakes there, much later. And he's held on to that position. Well done from Carl Van Horn. Well done to Carl Van Horn. And Kirill, once again, not able to get that move done. And these two have to be careful. They're losing a lot of time to Safronov in P16. Safronov that last lap 2 seconds quicker, and he's only 4 seconds back. So we could see him on the back of these two within a couple laps. A little big slide there from Carl Van Horn, but he's held on to that position, and the BMW very, very wide there on the exit of the second as well. So he hasn't really lost any time though. He's managed to save the car, and both these two seem to be struggling with their rear end at the moment. Here we go, side by side down towards Ascari Carvan Horn on the inside once again. The BMW trying the outside here. He's going to have better speed, corner speed, no. And he's had to back out once again. You can see that BMW washing wide ever so slightly. So maybe the tyres falling off. That's the Porsche of Redfern into the pits, I believe, to repair some damage of his. And the race leader, Sidor, has served his mandatory stop. So where is Alessandro? He hasn't got the move done on Pekoshi in P2, so he's 1.5 seconds back. And with 26 minutes left to go, where is Sidor? Let's see how far up ahead he is. Should be able to see once these two cross the line. Or maybe not then. Looks like Pekoshi might be a bit too far back for that Delta to show up just yet. But let's see, has Carvan Horn now managed to hold on to this position? They're still bumper to bumper here as they exit the second Lesmos, and look behind, Safanov 2.5 seconds now to these two up ahead. I think it's just a matter of time before he catches up. May even be next lap here before he's right onto the back of these two and creates a three-way battle for P14. They've got plenty of clear track ahead of them, so nothing to worry about there. The next car up in front is Jan Barth. You can see they're just entering, I think that was Jan Barth, just entering the Parabolica. But the Aston with a slightly more compromised line through Parabolica. The BMW taking the optimal line there just to get the run down the start-finish straight, and it has worked. He's going to have a look down the inside. There's no room there, so he's going to have to go for the outside once again. And he's later on the brakes here. This might be it. And yes, the BMW, just riding over the sausage curb there. A bit of contact between the two. But what a move there from the BMW. Timed that to perfection. And it paid off eventually for Kirill. And he's up into P14 now, but Carvan Horn with an immediate reply. And that's the BMW having to cut the chicane there. I think it was justified. Otherwise there would have been contact. But look at this. Safronov has made this a 3-car battle. He's joined onto the back of this train. But for how long will this train remain? We know that Carvan Horn was about a second slower than Kirill up in front before they started battling. And that's Yusupov into the pits. What's happened to Yusupov? It looks like he's got some damage on the front end of that Ferrari. There's a few drivers coming to the pits actually. Redfern back into the pits for some reason. I'm not sure why. One of the Audi drivers now into the pits. Sidor still leading the race. Alessandro in P3, just a second back to P2 now. So this could be a battle that heats up towards the end. Actually, Jan Barth and Tom Curtin now are within a second of each other. See, their blue flags are being waved. Jan Barth is going to have to move out of the way, but he's going to have to time it right there. It looks like in the background we've got, that is Carvan Horn back down the inside there, or around the outside even, of Kiro, and he's gained back the position, so up into P13 once again for Carvan Horn. Seems like he can hold on here. Look at this, the amount of pressure he must be feeling. He's going to defend the inside here, but that is Safronov who's going to take the advantage and try and follow Carvan Horn through, but no, he wasn't able to. And we'll go back to this battle if we can. Jan Barth still just out in front. He's going to need to let Sidor through at some point, but he has to time this perfectly so he doesn't lose that position to Tom Curtin behind. I reckon this back straight would be the best place to do it. And yeah, there we go, he's done it on that back straight. We'll go down to, up to P3, sorry. Alessandro in P3. Now closing in within a second to the 888 McLaren. Let's see if we can go on board here with the Lamborghini. Towards Parabolica, they do have some traffic now approaching them. Could this throw a spanner into the works here? Acrobatic, if you're talking about console, then yes, there is space. Actually, no, I think all three divisions are full. Looking to open up a fourth division, but yes, sign-ups are still open. And Alessandro here, flash of the lights there. Oh, bit of a miscommunication there, but no contact whatsoever. Oh, actually, we've got contact in the background, and Alessandro has had to cut that chicane there. He hasn't really lost any time or gained any time on P2. But I think that may have been... No, that wasn't DeedeeTKU, that's another off there. Was that Vinakov? Yes, it was. Look at that heavy damage for Vinakov, and I think he can only really blame himself for that. A bit of miscommunication. And I didn't really move out the way of the lead cars. So he's definitely going to have to repair that damage. That's going to be a few minutes of repair, I think. Look in the background. We've got a battle for what seems to be, I believe that's Crozat in P5 with Bellucci very close behind in the McLaren. So it's just these two battling, navigating themselves through traffic. They've got a lot of traffic here. And there we go. The BMW is going to have to move off the racing line. Oh, this is going to be very difficult here. Looks like the McLaren just getting past and overtaking Crozat there. So Bellucci up into P5, Crozat down into P6. They've managed to get past safely, but what a risky manoeuvre from both of them. Could have ended up horribly wrong. With a Honda now. And Honda is further down the field, shouldn't really be battling for position here. Not exactly sure who that Honda is, but I think he's going to try and have a look down the inside. Just really doesn't want to be batting for position. He's made contact with one of the lead cars. I think he needs to be a bit more patient here. Let's see if we can find out who that Honda is. Is it Ham? Or has Ham retired? No, I think Ham has retired the car. So it is another one of the Hondas. Let's see. It is P29 Cremona there, who doesn't really have anyone behind him he needs to worry about. And oh, that's Carl Van Horn with a drive through P15. So after holding on to that position earlier on, he's down into P15 now and has picked up a drive through. So disaster for Carl Van Horn. He's going to drop down possibly 3-4 places here. Maybe even more. Let's see where Kaiser is. So he's going to lose a position to Antropov, Nikitenko, Yusupov. I'm not sure where Kaiser is though. I think that's Kaiser now coming down the start of the straight. Not too sure. But where is Sodotov? No, so looks like Carvenhorn's going to hold on to P18 after his drive-through penalty. There we go, looks like we've got the two teammates, both Lexuses, or Lexi if you like, battling it out for P24. P773, Lexus loses some time through Ascari, and as a result he hasn't had the exit speed on that back straight to keep up with the 343 Lexus in front, who we're on board with right now. We've got KR3 in the comments saying what's the best lap time. So far, best lap is a 142. Sorry, not a 142, 148.2, set by Alessandro, who is side by side now with P2, and he's going to get this move done, I think, even before the braking zone of turn 1. And he's got that move done. Can the McLaren go for an immediate reply back here? He's later on the brakes, and I think the Lamborghini had to turn in later to avoid that. An opportunistic move there from the 888 McLaren, but it's paid off well. And he's now going to have to defend the inside for this next chicane. Can the Lamborghini get the switch back here into the second part down towards Lesmo? He's got the better exit speed, and I think he's going to have to go for the outside here. There we go, side by side between the two. Lamborghini with a much better exit out of Ascari is going to be on the outside for the Parabolica. Both these drivers leaving just enough room, bit of door rubbing between the two, and Alessandro not able to get that move done. He's got another chance coming down the start-finish straight into turn 1. We know this Lamborghini is a rocket on the straights, and we'll see if we can get this move done now. Let's go on board. Look at the closing speeds, absolutely immense. Such a huge pace difference on the straights, and they're going to be side by side once more. And the Lamborghini's still there. Both each other's going to have to leave each other enough room. Still side by side. And Alessandro just slightly ahead. He's got a nose just up in front there. I think he's going to get this move done. But yeah, there we go. And the McLaren is going to have to back out of that move. He's had another look down the inside. Bit indecisive with that one, but a bit hesitant as well. Now Alessandro up into P2 after a hard fought battle. Can he hold on is the question. And I don't think P1 is an option here for Alessandro. We can't even tell how far P1 is to these two, but I reckon it's about 30 odd seconds or even more. So Sidor is already on the next lap here, And P2 and P3 not even up to Parabolica yet. So down towards P12 we go, pardon me. Jan Barth battling for position here. Oh, Safronov very late on the brakes, but Jan Barth battling for position here with Tom Curtin. This is going to be a 4-car battle for P11. Where you can see Kira there just in the background. Jan Barth is going to try and go for a move here, or even defend that position from Tom Curtin, but no. Jan Barth into P12, Curtin up into P11, Safronov just waiting in the wings of these two to pounce on any mistakes that they make. That little Porsche there being absolutely hustled by the larger BMW behind. And you can tell in the background, Kiri on the 992 BMW just pushing the car, getting the back end out of pretty much every corner. But it doesn't seem to be losing him any time compared to these three up ahead. Carl Van Horn now into the pits. What's happened to him? He's really dropped down the order here. Now we approach the final 10 minutes of this race. Let's go on board here with Jan. You can see he's losing some time to Curtin, or having to defend from Safronov behind. BMW quicker than the Porsche down the straight. You can see him closing in ever so slightly. And you can see Jan Barth trying to break the slipstream. He's going to hold this inside line now. Coming down to turn 1, he has to. And a bit of contact between the two. I think Jan just moving back over to the racing line there. Shouldn't really have that inside line. But he's held on to that position. And the BMW now of Safronov trying to go for a move here. Trying to go around the outside of this long right-hander. The Curva Grande, I think it's called. Down towards this second chicane. He's got the move done. Has the BMW. And a very late look down the inside from Kirill, and he's got the job done as well, taking advantage of that opportunity, of that gap that arose there. You can see the two BMW, Safronov and Kirill, catching up to Curtin. Curtin's going to have to be defending this position in a few moments' time here. These four seem to be the closest on track at the moment. You can see P2. Alessandro has opened up a gap, 2-second gap to the 888 McLaren in P3. And very late on the brakes from the BMW, but he's got the car stopped in time. Side by side, a bit of contact between the two, nothing that will be penalised, and there we go, Safronov up a position, Tom Curtin not able to hold on there. Look at the background, Carl Van Horn. That's not Carl Van Horn, sorry, that's Tom Curtin. Defending that inside line from Kirill. And I think we're going to have to go on board here with the BMW. definitely has a pace over Curtin, but it's a matter of getting past. We saw this earlier with Kiro and Carman Horn, I believe, but he's found a gap there. Curtin has left him room. Is he going to be able to get it done there? Oh, the gap closed very, very quickly. And that could have ended in disaster, but it looks like Kiro has got that move done. And he's up into P12 now. The next car up, Safronov, who's opened up a 1.5 second gap already. And time is running out in this race. We've got yellow flags somewhere out on track. That's George Hall in the Porsche, who's lost the car somewhere. Oh, he's retired the car then. Struggling with the Porsche, it seems. I believe he is quite a new sim racer in general. They only had 6 minutes left to go to finish this race, but we've got someone wide in the background there. That's not Cremona. We had white flags there for Cremona, but yeah, not sure who that was in the background who went wide. Curtin still sticking with the BMW up in front. See Jan Bath in the background, and the 134 Porsche dropping off slightly. He's 2.2 seconds back now, and at one point he was leading this train. And currently, I believe the highest running Porsche on the track at the moment. Not many Porsches here tonight. I wouldn't really expect many at Monza at all. Here we go, the final 5 minutes of this race. And we have a few battles going out through the field, so Tom Curtin trying to fight back for P12. Looks like there's back markers there. Just moving out the way. The BMW, I believe that is Finikov. Yes, it is. He's got some damage once again on that BMW of his, but the race leader, Sidor, still leading this race. And he's got a comfortable lead here as he starts the 47th lap. Yusupov wasn't in a battle earlier on. He's down in P16 at the moment. A second back, and oh, we've got a car off there. Big collision there. I think that was Alessandro who had the car stopped in the middle of the track there. I don't think it was really his fault. Bit of miscommunication with both drivers. DeedeeTKU unfortunately picking up some severe damage, I think once again on that McLaren, and it just looked like Alessandro lost the car on the exit of the Ascari chicane. Had the car parked pretty much where the exit curb was, tried to move out the way, and DeedeeTKU obviously was beyond track limits there. Tried to go around the outside to avoid him, but it just ended in disaster for both of them. So Alessandro, after making his way up into P2, is going to drop down the order here. Sidor, we're going to have one more lap after. Oh, we may not actually. Once he crosses the line, yep. So we're going to be on the last lap. Once Sidor crosses the line, then.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
There we go, leader on the final lap. Looks like P9, the Lexus. Well, the Lexus is, or the Lexi, are in the pits there. Possibly for some damage repairs. Kirill has opened up a 3.5 second gap to Curtin behind him. And I think we'll go on board with the race leader here for the rest of this lap. Just to see how it's done. Here we go, the race leader, Sidor, rounding the final corner then, finishing in P1. What a dominant victory there from the 199 BMW driver. And he's going to cross the line in P1. P2 they're still quite a long way back. Kokoshi in P2, just exiting the Ascari chicane there. There we go, the 888 McLaren crossing the line in P2. Where's Alessio Ciani running off the final corner now in P3. And that's your top three then. Belushi is going to cross the line in P4. And the number 722 BMW is going to cross the line in P5 after a hard-fought battle with Corsa, just 6/10 behind. And there we go, that's your top 5 then for this race at Monza. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for the Season 5 GT3 Championship on PC. But until then, have a good evening and good night.